Hi, Tim. We are going to see how to create the GitHub repository and then how to create a Databricks workspace and how we are going to, integrate the Databricks with GitHub. These three are the activities what we are going to do to help you do all this much better in an interactive fashion. I have created this document as well. I'm going to give you guys the video, input of the same as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this created. Okay, so GitHub is all about kind of a code hosting platform, right? Where we can go and, have a collaboration made with a team across the world by pushing our code into the GitHub repository and pull the code from the GitHub repository for our purpose of development activity. So it is acting like a kind of a code hosting platform which can be used for performing the code review activity as well, and it can act like a kind of a version control system, like where we can go and maintain the different versions of the code. We can go and pull our old version of the code, or we can replace our current version with the older version, or such kind of version control activity we can do. And it helps for the open source contributors basically across the world. The open source contributors, especially to Apache, will be using this GitHub repository only. So the GitHub plays multiple activities. So it is very much important for each and every one of us to create a GitHub account for our own. Okay, mostly the name of the account, if we create in our own name, that will be much better. In the name of us, if we create with our full name used, means that will be really attracting the organizations and all. Basically, when in your resume we can mention this GitHub repository. That is the importance of going with the GitHub repository basically. So let's go and see like how we can create the GitHub repository for our own. Okay, so what you can do is you need to have first of all a Gmail account created. Okay, always we can use kind of a single sign-on activity with the help of the Gmail account that we can create. So with your Gmail account you created, you can go with the github.com site basically, right? So we go to github.com. It can allow you to log into your GitHub account, or I'm just going from scratch. Okay, I'm going to log in with a new account. So let us create a sign up of a new account here, where you can use your Google account to log in basically. So I'm just going with Google account, where I'm using some company name like Infobliss Technologies or something else I'm going to use to log in. Okay, so I just got a new GitHub account created by logging using my Gmail account. So I'm going to mention something like Infobliss Tech as the name, or Inceptez Technologies as a name, or I can give something like Muhammad Irfan. As Muhammad Irfan might have been already taken, I could not able to get that account. I'm just using the full name. If you see here, it will tell I don't have the name because already I have a Muhammad Irfan account created long ago. So I can use some full name of me, right? To make use of India is the region you can choose. Let it be. Create your account. So you got your GitHub account created. You already logged in into the GitHub account, right? Not now. All we have to do is create a repository. You have to do the create repository is nothing but like a folder we can create for performing, like all sort of development activities. So the repository name can be bit related to the activity what you are going to do. So let me name it as, like Databricks repo. Let me create something like a Databricks repository, Databricks repo, or Databricks code repo. Just creating some name like Databricks code repo under my ownership, under my GitHub site actually. And I'm going to give place where a repository to maintain the Databricks notebook and other objects, right? So visibility, you can make it public for everyone else to see, or you can make it private also. This is for the organization purpose. We use Inceptez with private account for our product development and all. But however, you can give the public, and you can add an ADME file or a README file, in fact. So README file represents what? Like you can go and give some input about this repository used for what purpose and other things and all. Git ignore or all this and all, we don't have to worry for now. Later when we learn GitHub in detail, we can understand. But the licensing, you can keep it like a open source licensing of Apache here. Licensing is one of the mandatory thing to use for making our code and all much like usable, we need to have some licensing chosen. Especially you can choose Apache license, create the repository. Done. So that's what I have mentioned over here in this document also. So go first of all with the sign up. Then you can do what? Go to the GitHub, click on the new repository. So maybe this is a bit old, look and feel. Give the repository name, and rest of all are same. Description, choose visibility public, and add license as Apache and create repository. That's what I have mentioned here. So we got the repository created. This is our code base where we can see our environment. We can start write our code, or we can start push our code into the environment. So we can go with either directly writing an online code, or we can go and create a new file here itself, or we can go and upload our existing code file. So I'm going to upload some code what we have already developed. Okay, some code I'm going to take. Oops, fundamental, something like this I'm going to take. Okay, I'm going to drag and drop the code over here. So oops, Python oops version 1, like this I'm going to commit. Okay, with some description given, or don't have to give the description. Commit directly to the main branch. What is branches and all, we'll learn it later, but I'm going to just keep this code in the GitHub repository now. Now it is going to be available across the people, with the people across the world. Anybody in this world can able to access under my in this github.com/Mohammed Irfan Kader. They can go and access my code repo. With this code, they can view across the world. That's the basic idea of the usage of GitHub in general. Okay, so we can go and download this code by just clicking on this particular code version. We can able to download this as well. We can go and download the raw file, right? Or we can make the editing of this file also if you are the owner, right? Or the people across the world can download. They have the read access. This is basically about what is GitHub is all about. Okay, just you can set this GitHub. You can go and commit the code, or you can download the code. I have given you all those. You can download either the raw code directly like this, or you can go and download the entire repository into your environment also by clicking here. You can say download as a zip file, the entire code base, the license file or readme file, and the oops fundamental code file, everything you can able to download. So we are going to use this as our repository going forward. Let's have it in that way. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to enter into the Databricks setup. Okay, so Databricks is nothing but a platform where we can go and play around with the Spark programming, right? It is an intelligent data platform offered by the company called Databricks. It is free forever. We don't have to pay. We don't have to show our credit card, or we don't have to pay anything for usage of the Databricks community edition, or even the Databricks is providing us the enterprise edition also for us to use for free of cost. Earlier and all, I used to use community edition, but now we are getting enterprise edition also for free of cost, where we can play around with a lot of features what Databricks is enabling, having Spark as the computation engine in the behind scene. They offer even storage layer also for Spark in the name called something like Delta tables or whatever. We'll be learning in detail about all those and all, where we will go and build the data platforms. We will automate workflows. We will ingest the data. We will do some orchestration, scheduling. Even we apply some generative AI operations and all on it. And we can do some sort of like data operations by writing queries or by writing functions and a lot of things we are going to learn in Databricks. We are going to evolve in Databricks. Not only the Databricks is free forever, the GitHub is also free forever. Whatever we are discussing right now is free forever for us to use. So what we have to do now? So we need to have the same kind of Gmail account, like created already, right? Maybe you can go to the Gmail account also. You can go to the Gmail account also. And what you can do, you can go to the sign up page of the Databricks. Go to the sign up page of the Databricks. So they will be asking you to log in using the Gmail account, or by using the, our Databricks direct account itself. So let me go and do one thing. Let me go to the login page. So this is how it will ask basically. When I try to go to the, login.databricks.com sign up page, when I go to the sign up page, this is how it will be asking basically. Okay, this is how the page you used to get, right? So what is the purpose of Databricks? It gives you instant access for the data intelligence platform that they built on top of Apache Spark. It helps us build AI with your data in one place, and it helps us ingest the data, prepare the data with automated workflows, workflow orchestration and scheduling we can do. It helps you build the high quality generative AI applications, including it helps you query the data with a common SQL language or function-based programming language like Spark. So now we are going to use this continue to Google option to log in into Databricks. We are not going to enter our email and log in. Let's use our Google account for everything. So we could not forget that, right? I'm going to log in using my Google account. So ensure to go with the personal use. Otherwise, it will be only 14 days of, like trial usage we'll be getting. If you go to the work, right? Work we will do sometime later when we go to the cloud platform and all. For now, the Databricks, which is hosted in AWS cloud, we are going to use pretty directly. Okay. So get free edition. I'm entering into it. So just some name of the account or whatever, the city and all you can, the country and all you can choose. Let it be. Choose all this and go into the Databricks free edition. This is an enterprise free edition they are offering to us with all the features available. Let it set up the account. So now we got the Databricks environment created for us. It's completely free of cost for us. So all the other things we'll learn in detail later. I just wanted to enter into the workspace where we will go and create something called notebooks. Mostly we'll create something called notebooks here. And there are a lot of other things we can create as well. So either we can create a local folder or we can create a Git folder. This is what we are going to do next. We are going to create a Git folder to start, right? Our code and all. We are going to do that activity. So I can go and create a folder maybe for my local usage. This is only available for our purpose. If I create a local, it's a local, notebooks, I can say. So notebook is nothing but the place where we can, or the code page where we can go and create a kind of markdown based code documentation we can go and create. Documentation come code we can create together. That is all about the the notebook, local notebook folder that I created. So here you can go and create a new notebook basically. Notebook is the one what we mostly try to create, or we can create dashboards, queries, and AI-based Genie workspace also we can create, but just I'm going with notebook, simple notebook I'm just creating. To run a Python program, very simple Python program I'm going to run here, or you can run Spark program also. So in this environment, we can go and create some markdown to describe some information about what we are doing and all the other information we can display, right? What you are going to do in this notebook and all. We can choose this as markdown. So basically, we'll choose this as markdown. I can go and mention we are going to set up Databricks Git repo connectivity. Something like this, I'm creating a markdown, right? Like this, we can do a lot of magic. We can change the colors. We can go with different sizes, different hierarchies of creating the markdowns and all we can do. It will be looking like a topic, the table of contents, all this we can create. There are a lot of interesting things we can do here. But now I'm going to write a one line of code, print off my first Databricks. Databricks offers us writing commands, Linux commands, or Python program, or Scala program, Java program, or SQL queries, everything it will allow us to write. So now I'm going to write a Python program. Since I marked this, or I made this cell, we call it as a cell, as a Python cell. So this cell is going to allow us to write Python program. So I'm going to connect to my serverless data warehouse or serverless, Spark cluster that is already going to be run by the, our Databricks environment. So we are just going to say what? Just go and start the serverless, or just go and allow me to use the serverless environment what Databricks is offering. Databricks is having a lot of clusters already running in their infrastructure. So they're simply telling whatever the cluster we are running, you can go and take an instance there and run it. Like this, we are going to run a Python program in their instance, very simply. So it's going to just run my Python output what I run. Like this, you can run Spark SQL, you can run, Linux commands, Hadoop commands. Hadoop in the sense the Databricks file system command, DBFS commands. Like this, you can run any such kind of program. So SH command I can run. Something like ls-n lrt I'm running. This is a Linux command. I can run a Linux command in this platform. In their cluster, I can run a Linux command. It shows this is the directory and the files that is present in this location. Like this, you can run a Python program, Linux program, SQL queries, Spark program, anything that we can run. This is what you are going to do throughout in our learning journey. But now I created a local notebook. This notebook is a local notebook. Local notebook. Only visible to me. But now I wanted to make this code available to the people across the world. What I can do, I can go and now create a in under my workspace, rather than I see my own like notebook alone, I'm going to create a like a Git folder. So this is what the step we are going to follow to integrate Databricks with Git. So I hope like you guys are all in a position to understand how to create a GitHub Databricks free account, right? Now I'm going to enter into the GitHub integration with Databricks. This is a bit tricky part to understand. So go to your Databricks environment, click on the profile icon in the top right. This is the profile icon what we have, right? Click on that in the top right. Then select settings, go to the settings, linked accounts. Then click on the button called add Git credentials. This is what we have to perform right now. So let me go and do all those activities. Settings, I'm going to the icon. I'm clicking on the settings. Then I'm going with something called linked account here. Then I'm going to see add Git credential. So I'm going to create Git folders in Databricks, and I'm going to clone my code and all to the Git repository. Whenever I make some code changes, I can commit the code over there. So you can able to access that code. You can able to collaborate with me. GitHub or whatever, link Git account, personal access token. So there are options they are providing, right? So go to the setting, link, add Git credentials I performed. So link account it is asking. So there are two options it is asking. Use personal token or link account. So click on the link account, link Git account, whatever is already showing us. Link Git account. You just mentioned that link Git account as an option, right? Not a personalized access token, only link Git account. Then click on the link. Click on the link. So it is just making this Databricks with Git integration, right? So verify your account and mentioning all this, authorize Databricks to go and access the Git account. So let us go and do this activity. Authorize Databricks, right? This page it is occurring. Just do authorize Databricks. So now Databricks is authorized to access Git account. So Git integration is successfully made. Since we use one mail ID, both of them are speaking now with each other, right? Now both of them are speaking with each other. Now already we created one repository, so this step is not needed. Already we created that as a separate step, so not needed. Now what you can do, click on the install or configure button, open the GitHub repository account and click on the configuration in the GitHub, or you can just open here itself directly. It is asking you to configure the GitHub account. Directly we can click on the configure in Git, right? Either this way, right? Either way we can go. Now open the GitHub repository, go to the repository, go to this URL, and you can mention configure. It is automatically taking you there, right? GitHub.com apps Databricks. You can go either, and you can click on the configure button in the below to a particular repository, whatever you have configured, or all the repositories also you can configure. That is a different story, right? So install or configure button, whatever we have here itself, you can click configure in GitHub also you can click, or you can go directly to that URL and mention the click on the install or whatever the button that we have. So now I'm going to say just configure in GitHub. Let me add the step like this, right? Authorize Databricks, configure in GitHub. Or what we can do, let me remove this. Already we have created this repository, right? Since we are doing it in the prior step. Or what you can do, if you are not going to click on the configure in GitHub button here, you go to directly the URL and click on the install button. Enter the password to verify the account and all. This is not needed. Choose only the repository that you wanted. I don't want to give all the repository, only one repository that we created, right? Databricks code repository. Just choose that, install. Finally, you are just installing. Finally, click on the install. So now you got the app for GitHub and Databricks installed. In the GitHub, we are installing the Databricks app now. That's it. Our work is completed. Now what we are going to do? We are going to enter into the GitHub account. In the workspace, you are going to create a Git folder. You are going to enter into the workspace of Databricks environment. Go to the Databricks environment and go and mention the Git folder. Like create a Git folder, right? And then you create a, whatever a notebook, and you can go and integrate it with it, right? So just let's go and do that, right? So I'm going now back to our Databricks environment. I'm going to my Databricks environment workspace. I'm going to create a new or you can right click here and say create a Git folder. You can right click here either, or here you can click and create a Git folder. So we have to copy this Git folder from the GitHub repository. How we can copy? Already we are into the GitHub repository here, right? You can just go and this is our repository, right? Already what we have. This repository, you can go and click here the code. You can find this URL. Copy this URL. This URL we have to copy and put it here. Put it here. It will automatically identify what are all needed. So this is a very important point to consider. Go to GitHub and click on the code. Copy the HTTPS, like local repository, Git repository URL. So, copy the created Git URL, right? That is what I just mentioned here. Copy the newly created Git URL, right? The HTTP URL, and paste it into the Databricks URL here. The Databricks Git repository URL. We are switching back and forth there, but just it's a two window, right? Between Databricks and Git, we are in the GitHub, we are copying the code and pasting it in the Databricks URL and give the repo name. Repo name is already populated, automatically populated. That's it. Create Git folder. Just go with create Git folder. Work is done. Now, whatever the code I'm going to generate, it will be placed in that Git repository. Now we got the, Git folder got created. You can see Databricks code repo, right? So now what happened is the code that we have already placed in the GitHub repository is being now available in the Databricks environment. So now I'm going to make some code modification in this environment. This is the Python file that we have uploaded, right? Okay, I'm going to make some code modification in this code base. I'm going to say print. I'm just making some code changes in our local file, right? I'm going to just, have this code modified over here, right? I'm clicking on the main. I'm clicking here. I'm clicking here. And I'm going to say commit changes from Databricks to Git. Like this, I'm doing my first commit to the Git. I already had the code in my Databricks environment from the GitHub already taken. Automatically it got taken. Now I'm going to say what? Hey, this code, whatever I uploaded or committed 17 minutes ago, right? I'm finding this code is now refreshed with current time. 0 minutes ago it will show. Now, so whatever the change I made, some print statement that I made, it is showing now. In the Git, it is showing. So whatever the work I did in Git, it is showing in whatever the changes I made in Databricks, it's showing in Git. Now the vice versa activity I can do. Hello team. In Git, I'm just making this hello team print in the Git. Now I just commit these changes in the Git directly. Now we can find this code available in our Databricks environment. You can pull the code, whatever the code base that has been created. I'm just pulling from the Git to my local Databricks environment. So now we can find the code, whatever I committed in Git directly is available in Databricks. So we understood we can push the code from Databricks to Git or Git to Databricks, we can pull the code. So now we got a collaborative environment created, the code repository created, version control system created. We can go and see the history of the versions in the Git. What is the first history? This was the original 19 minutes ago history. And this is the, like intermediate history. This is the very recent history. The intermediate history will have only the print with just a hello team or whatever, right? You can see. This is the original version. Original version, no print is there. This version shows hello team. Hello team is removed and hello team in Git is been added. So it is showing red color and green color. The older version of the code and all, it is helping me understand very easily the purpose of GitHub at the nutshell. Okay, take it lightly in that way. I want to stop this quickly. Let's complete this team. Thank you.